Being on keto sometimes means making certain sacrifices, and some of those I'm not willing to make. How about you? One of these is learning to eat a hamburger with a fork. I want buns. So on the heels of the success of my keto bread, which if you haven't seen that yet, I'll tag it at the end here. I am attempting in my own test kitchen to create a fabulous hamburger bun and then a hot dog bun. I am going to score them. This is my first attempt, and I thought I'd invite you to watch the process. I have worked very hard on this recipe, and I'm going to rank it from 1 to 10 on taste, breadiness, egginess, texture, browning, toastability, burger strength, and sog resistance. I've got my little chart here, and we're going to score it when I'm all done. Hopefully that'll work. So let's get ready for some amazing burger buns. If this doesn't work, I'll do it until I get it right. I'm so fired up for this. Hi, I'm RJ. Thank you so much for joining me at Keto Over 50. Let's get started. I want to show you my molds first because I bought some burger bun molds. They're a little thicker and a little bigger than a muffin mold, a cupcake mold. And I put foil under it because I wanted to grease it with butter. I don't know why I wanted to do that instead of just spraying them. I'm sure spray would work. The big holes in the bottom of the molds are to make sure that the buns get toasted on the bottom so they're fully cooked because they're thicker and deeper. So I thought with the butter it's going to drip all over my oven, but I didn't want to put it on a cookie sheet because I thought that could really, counter the purpose of having the holes. So I thought just a nice light piece of foil there. And I also got hot dog bun molds, and we will make these after we succeed with the hamburger bun molds. Hamburger bun molds, say that fast a few times. Okay, I have all my ingredients out and I'll go through them with you, but I will put the recipe down below in the description. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be fun. I hope it turns out right. Can you imagine if I get it right the first time? So stick around till the end and let's see what happens. This is going to be very interesting, and I want your opinion. So instead of 3 eggs, I have 2 eggs and 1 extra egg white. Now you could use 3 tablespoons of egg white liquid in a carton, but I had the eggs out and I just figured I'd put a regular egg white in there. And unlike my bread, I want these to be a little bit drier than a nice moist bread. So I'm eliminating the cottage cheese completely and adding a little bit more blended ricotta. So this is 1/3 cup. And again, I'm going to put everything down below. So just watch now. And if you want the recipe, you can get it down below in the description. I had a little help from ChatGPT. I said, I want the buns to be a little sweeter because I love a brioche bun on a hamburger. So I'm adding a tablespoon of allulose, even to the liquid ingredients, because that will give it just a little bit of sweetness, but also allulose helps it to brown. So that's why we're doing just 1 tablespoon. This is 2 tablespoons of melted butter, which is going to give it, we're working on creating the right texture and structural support. So it's a little more science than you need to pay attention to, but if it works, the oven's ready. If it works, it's going to be fantastic. So fingers crossed. Here I put a few ingredients in here together. I have some coconut flour, some xanthan gum, and a little bit of salt. And I have 2 teaspoons, I think, of baking powder. Let's go ahead and blend up these wet ingredients, just a little bit of the dry ingredients. So creating a bun creates its own problem. It has to be strong enough, but it also has to be bread-like enough. It has to have a great texture. This is what's really important here. And so I have a surprise ingredient that you may not have. If you don't have it, you need to get it anyway because it really is good even in chaffles. That is bamboo flour. And I have, I think, 2 tablespoons of bamboo flour in here. Oh, it just went everywhere. I was just about to say, It's more powdery, if that's even possible, than like confectioner sugar. It just goes everywhere. So we have 2 tablespoons of the bamboo flour and 3 tablespoons of almond flour. That should help the structure a lot. Let's try that. I want this to work so desperately. And it would be so much fun to eat a whole burger on a whole bun that was not a lot of carbs. So that's what we're going for. And lastly, I have 3/4 cup of finely shredded mozzarella cheese. Now I had regular shredded mozzarella cheese, so I used a knife and really chopped it fine. I'm wondering if I should fold that in instead of try the beaters with it. I don't want it to clump all on the beaters. Let's see what happens. It worked. It blended beautifully. Now I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes so the dry ingredients can absorb some of the moisture. I want it to not be as wet as like a pancake batter, but I also don't want it to be hard as a rock. If you can put it in a ball, that means it's too thick. So let's see what happens. The goal is to make 4 buns as we're testing them. Once I get the recipe right, then I'll make a recipe that's good for 6 or 10 or a dozen buns. I've got the mold right here, ready to go. I hope it's okay putting it on the foil. Everything is an experiment, and I want to do this so that we can have burger buns. So it's been about 10 minutes. I almost said 10 months. It's been 10 months I've wanted a burger bun, and the texture hasn't changed that much, but it's not really runny like a batter, and it's not hard enough to make a ball. So that's what we were going for. Let's see what happens now. Okay, and because I'm only making 4 buns, I just wanted to point this out. Whenever you make muffins or cupcakes, just about anything, if you're not using all of the molds in one baking, you want to spread them out. I see a lot of chefs just put like 6 cupcakes here and the whole rest of the pan is empty. And your oven won't really cook that evenly. So I've got the 2 in the middle and 1 here and 1 here. And that's what we're going to go for. And I'm going to start right in the middle with a scoop of dough. It's got to be thick enough that it doesn't fall out through those holes in the bottom. And I'm so glad that you're here with me for this incredible experiment. Okay, now I'm going to hit them with an egg wash. I just have a little bit of, I have 1 egg with a little bit of water. That's what I was trying to say. Let me see if I can spread these out so that they're actually bun shaped. I don't know how much they're going to melt between the cheese and the eggs. They should fill the bun mold. I'm hoping between the egg wash and a little bit of allulose that it's going to brown the top like a real bun. That's what we're going for, not just a substitution that we can get away with, but really something that will work for this. And I'm going to top them with some toasted sesame seeds. This is optional. You could top them with whatever you like on top of your hamburger bun, but it's usually sesame seeds. And I'm not putting as much on as when I made the bread because I really wanted that to help the crust. But this is just as a little accent. I can't wait to see how these turn out. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to start with the timer set for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to watch it and increase it by maybe 5 minutes at a time to see how they're doing. And once it starts to cook a little bit, I may even remove the foil liner underneath. But yeah, it's going to stick. I just didn't want to use a cookie sheet. I was afraid it would overcook it. So here we go. But this is what the foil looks like after I'm done with it. Thank goodness I used something, because can you imagine all that batter being down on the bottom of my oven? What a nightmare that would have been. There's heft to them, which is good. It's not light and fluffy. And then I was thinking, you know, look at my hands. I would not grease the pan with butter again. I would just hit it lightly with an avocado spray, avocado oil. I was looking at these and I was thinking, what if that looks more like a bun, doesn't it, if I use 2 of them? So thank you for staying till they were done so we can explore together. So I'm not put off, and I'm really encouraged by how nice these look. And yes, they need to be filled more. Each mold needs to be filled more, but the dough needs to be thicker. So, and I'm gonna work on that to come up with the ingredients to add so that it'll be better. Let me get a knife and take a little taste, which will tell me a lot about the texture too. Ooh, look at that, how nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful bread texture. I'm going to give the taste a 9 instead of a 10, because if I'm comparing it to an actual burger bun, it's a little different, but it's really good. I've changed gears. I was going to try and find a way to put some food on the bun to see how it would hold up, and then I thought it's a burger bun test. So I thawed out some ground beef and I'm making a burger, because that will tell me if this will hold up for picking up a burger and taking a bite out of it. I've got mayonnaise, ketchup, American cheese, and by the way, this is my very favorite. If you look at most American cheese, they're like one less chemical than pantyhose. This one actually has better ingredients in it, so that's the one that I get. And I have some guacamole, because I figured that will really stress a bun. It will stress me. So let's see what happens. Let's get this burger cooked. So as I'm looking at my list, the taste is a 9 plus, 9.5 will go. Everything else is a 10 so far. So where does it need improvement? I want it to be higher and maybe a little less dense, but I might need the density to support the burger. So that's why I thought it was really important for me to put a burger on this and see how it holds up as a bun, as a real bun. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Put a little guacamole on that burger. It's a rare day that I don't have cooked bacon in the house. Okay, there we go. Oh, it assembled just like a real burger. Oh, this is gonna be messy, which is okay. Let's see here. I know most people just bite into a burger. I always cut mine, always, so I don't get it all on my lipstick. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. So this isn't what I thought it would be. I thought I would slice a bun in half, but because they turned out so thin, which I will fix for next time, the next test, because they're so thick, I put 2 buns. You could do that intentionally and leave them thin. All right, let's see how it goes. So far, so good. It's sturdy, it's strong enough, and it's soft like bread. It's not getting soggy, it's holding up beautifully. And it's delicious. So burger strength gets a 10, sog resistance gets a 10. And my taste was the only one that wasn't a 10, it was 9.5. But there's something here that isn't on my list that I want to rate it, because I think we could improve on this. I think that's the batter texture, because the batter was falling through the holes. I think it needs more of a bread texture. This is wonderful. So this concludes test 1 of burger buns. Can't stop eating it. It's really good. Look at that. I can pick these up. I mean, aside from how gooey they are with all the toppings I put on, it just needs a little work. So my takeaway from burger bun test number 1 is I want the batter to have a slightly, not more dense, but a better texture, so it won't fall between the holes. But even if I was going to bake it in a muffin pan without holes, it needs to have a little fluffier texture. It not be fluffy is why it's so perfect for this, for stability and strength and sog resistance. So I want the bun to just be a little bit fluffier and the batter to be a little firmer. But what a huge success this is. Look at it, it's not getting soggy. I'm very excited and I'm very encouraged. So for a first attempt, I think this is 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Just a few little tweaks, and I'll come back and I'll make another burger on a burger bun, and then we're gonna try the hot dog buns. So stay tuned to see what happens next, and stay beautiful, because you know you are. Thank you for joining me in my test kitchen as I develop the perfect burger bun for you. This is RJ saying thank you from Keto Over 50. Dang it, that's so good.